Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our zoology class. Hope you are very happy. In the last class, we studied about the fifth lesson molecular genetics, and the fifth lesson we studied about three important topics: RNA web, then properties of genetic material, and then the next last topic is packaging of DNA carrier. So these three topics already we have completed in the last class. Okay, today we are going to study about only one topic. It's very important topic for 5-mark question and many 1-mark question, 2-mark questions also there. So listen very carefully. Today our topic is DNA replication. DNA replication. See, DNA replication is one of the important process takes place inside the cells. Okay, and maximum this DNA replication process takes place during the S phase of the cell cycle. The cell cycle has many phases. Okay, so S phase is one of the important phase, and during this S phase only the replication process takes place inside the cell. Okay, then during this replication process, from a single DNA molecule, two DNA molecules are produced. From a single double-stranded DNA molecule, two double-stranded DNA molecules are produced. Understand all of you? Then the next point about this DNA replication is there are three types of replication process are there. One is conservative replication process, second one is dispersive replication process, and the third one is semi-conservative replication process. So conservative replication process, dispersive replication process, and the third one is semi-conservative replication. So there are three types of replication process are there: conservative replication, dispersive replication, and the third one is semi-conservative replication process. So first I explain about this conservative replication process. See, in this type of replication process, from a double-stranded DNA molecule, entirely new DNA molecules are produced. Two new DNA molecules are produced. Okay, so this is one double-stranded DNA molecule. From this DNA molecule, two double-strand new DNA molecules are produced. So this type of replication is called conservative replication process. The second one is dispersive replication process. In this type of dispersive replication process, first the DNA molecule is broken into fragments. Understand? So just imagine, say DNA molecule. This DNA molecule is broken into two fragments. So this is one fragment, this is the second fragment. These fragments act as a template, and this fragment also act as a template. So this template strand produce a new strand, and this template strand also producing a new strand. Understand of you? So from a single DNA molecule, now also two DNA molecules are produced. So this type of replication process is called dispersive replication process. And the third one is semi-conservative replication process. The semi-conservative replication process was proposed by two scientists, Watson and Crick, in the year of 1953. Okay, so in this type of replication process, first the replication process is started from one end of the DNA molecule. From one end of DNA molecule, and when this replication process takes place, the hydrogen bond present between the two strands are broken first. See, listen. This is double-stranded DNA molecule. Then both strands are connected by a hydrogen bond. One adenine is connected with the two adenine is connected with the thymine by two hydrogen bond. Then guanine is connected or paired with the cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. Okay, like that many hydrogen bonds are present in between the two strands. Okay, so when the replication process takes place, automatically the hydrogen bond present between these two strands are broken first. Understand? Then now these strands are act as a template strand. Template meaning achi. In Tamil we can say achi. Okay, so this template strand producing a new strand, and this template strand also producing a new strands. So the nucleotide present in this template strand is connecting or pairing with the nucleus strand, and nucleotides present in the new strands. Thus, from a single DNA molecule, two DNA molecules produced. Hope you understood. So listen. See the DNA replication process. There are three types of replication process are there. One is conservative replication process, second one is dispersive, and the third one is semi-conservative replication process. Then, in conservative replication process, from a single DNA molecule, entirely new DNA molecules are produced. In dispersive replication process, the DNA molecule is first broken into fragment or broken into piece. Okay. Then each fragment, this is one fragment, this is the next fragment. This fragment producing or synthesizing a new strand, and this fragment is also synthesizing a new strand. Then semi-conservative replication. This semi-conservative replication process was proposed by Watson and Crick in the year of 1953. And here, this replication process takes place from or starting or beginning from one end. And during this time, the hydrogen bonds present between these two strands are broken. And finally, both strands act as a template strand, and both template strands producing a new strands. Hope you understood this question, sir. See, so DNA replication. Then, next one is experimental proof of DNA replication. Experimental proof of DNA replication. See, listen. Two scientists, okay, Messler, okay, Messler, one scientist name, and the second scientist name is Tag. These two scientists only togetherly so they have done an experiment in the year of 1958 to distinguish the difference between these three replication processes. Already I told you three types of replication processes are there: conservative, dispersive, and semi-conservative. So some differences are there between these three replication processes. Understand? Understand? And so they have done an experiment in the year of 1958 with the help of Escherichia coli bacteria. At the end of this experiment, they came to a conclusion that the semi-conservative replication process was the correct replication process. So listen very carefully. Now we are going to study about the experiment done by these two scientists. Listen. First they have selected two culture media. Okay. So in this culture medium they kept many generations of Escherichia coli bacteria, and in this culture medium also they kept many generations of Escherichia coli bacteria. Many generations Escherichia coli bacteria. Understand a few? Then in this culture medium they have kept one nitrogen source, and here also they have kept one nitrogen source. Okay. Name of the nitrogen source is NH4Cl is the nitrogen. So they kept this NH4Cl in both culture medium. Understand a few? Then in this culture medium, in one culture medium, they added heavy isotope of this nitrogen. So N50 was added in this culture medium. Then in the second culture medium, they added light isotope N40. Understand you? So this culture medium was considered as heavy culture medium, and this culture medium was considered as light culture. Understand? So in this culture medium, N15 was added. In this culture medium, N14 was added. It was considered as heavy culture, and it was considered as light culture. And already they kept some Escherichia coli bacteria species also inside both culture media. So after the completion of the growth of this Escherichia coli bacteria, the DNA is also mixed in this culture medium. DNA also mixed in this culture medium. And the DNA present in this culture was considered as heavy DNA, and the DNA present or DNA mixed in this culture was considered as light DNA. So heavy DNA here light DNA. Understand? So here the heavy DNA and light DNA can be differentiated or distinguished by using a technique. Name of this technique is called cesium chloride density gradient technique. Cesium chloride density gradient technique. So this technique can distinguish or differentiate the heavy DNA and the light DNA. Hope you understood all this point. Then Now listen very carefully. See, they have taken another one culture medium. In this culture medium, they didn't add any isotope. They didn't add heavy isotope or light isotope, but they have added one nitrogen. So the same NH4Cl was added in this culture medium also. Understand? So NH4Cl is here. Now this KBDNA, already I told you in this culture medium KBDNA was there. So this KBDNA now transfer to this culture medium. Now transfer to this culture medium. So when this KBDNA is transferred to this culture medium, already in this culture medium NH4Cl is present. Okay. Now after adding this KBDNA inside this culture medium, immediately the replication process is started. The replication process was started. Then after within 20 minutes, the first replication or the first generation replication process was over. Understand? So after 20 minutes, they took some samples from this culture medium. They took some samples from this culture medium, and these samples were subjected to the same technique, density gradient centrifugation technique. Okay, they observed when the samples were subjected in this density gradient centrifugation technique, they observed the DNA molecules are settled or arranged as a small band. And this band is in intermediate position. Here intermediate position means this DNA consists of both N15 and N14. N15 and N14. Understand a few? Then after 40 minutes means first 20 minutes the first replication process is over. Then the next is 20 minutes the second replication process also over. So after 30 minutes they have taken some sample from this culture medium and subject to the same density gradient centrifugation technique, they observed the DNA molecules were settled in two bands. DNA molecules were settled in two bands. One is in light position and another one was in intermediate position. So after 40 minutes, they collected some sample from the culture medium and subjected to this centrifugal technique, density gradient centrifugal technique. Now they observed the DNAs are settled in two bands. One was in intermediate position and another one was in light position. Understand all of you? So here intermediate means both N14 and N15 were there. Okay, light means only N14 only there. Understand a few? So finally they came to a conclusion that the Watson-Crick, that means the semi-conservative replication process only correct. Understand my dear students? So I hope you are understood this experiment proof of DNA replication. So the scientist name and the year is one of the important 1 mark question. Understand a few? Then the next topic is enzyme and mechanism of replication. Enzymes and mechanism of replication. See, maximum the replication process, already I told you, takes place during the S phase. Replication process takes place during the S phase. Then for this, in this replication process, there are different types of enzymes are involved. Different types of enzymes are involved. That means mainly one important enzyme, DNA polymerase. In prokaryotic organism, there are 3 DNA polymerase enzymes are playing a very important role in the mechanism of replication. One is polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2 and DNA polymerase 3. Here this DNA polymerase 3 is the very important enzyme involved in the replication process. And the DNA polymerase 1 and DNA polymerase 2 both are involved in the repairing mechanism. Hope you understood. Once again I repeat this point. In prokaryotic organism, there are 3 DNA polymerase enzymes are there. DNA polymerase 1, DNA polymerase 2 and DNA polymerase 3. Okay, among these 3 DNA polymerase enzyme, DNA 3 polymerase enzyme is very important and they are playing a very important role in the replication process. And the other 2 polymerase enzyme, DNA polymerase 1 and DNA polymerase 2, both playing a very important role in the repairing mechanism. Understand? So already I told you there are 3 polymerase enzymes are present in prokaryotes. But in eukaryotes, there are 5 polymerase enzymes are there. Okay, there are 5 polymerase enzymes are present inside the prokaryotic organism, eukaryotic organism. So all these 5 DNA polymerase enzymes catalyze this replication process within a short period, quickly. Okay, so within a short period, all the replication process is over inside the eukaryotic cell. Understand a few? Understand a few? Then, for example, prokaryote. One of the example for the prokaryote is the Escherichia coli. Okay, in Escherichia coli, there are 4.6 into 10 raised to 6 base pairs are present in Escherichia coli. So all these base pairs are replicated within 38 minutes. Within 38 minutes. Understand a few? So in Escherichia coli, 4.6 into 10 raised to 6 base pairs are present in Escherichia coli bacteria. So for the replication of this all these base pairs, only 38 minutes needed. Understand, my dear students? Understand a few? Then see, if any error takes place during this replication process, it leads to mutation. Mutation meaning no sudden change. So during the replication process, the enzymes are controlling and performing the replication process in a correct manner. If any errors takes place in this replication process, automatically it leads to mutation. But if any errors takes place inside this in this replication process, that errors also can be corrected by using some enzymes. Sometimes the errors happening during the replication process is corrected by some enzyme produced inside the cells. Understand all of you? Understand all of you? Then listen very carefully. Now the remaining part of this mechanism of replication process, I explain the remaining part by using a chart. Okay, listen very carefully, dear students. See, mechanism of replication. This is the structure of one DNA. You all know the DNA has 2 ends. Okay, if one strand 5 end, the opposite side is 3 end. In one strand, one side is 3 end, opposite is 5 end. Understand? So up to here a single DNA. From this area only the DNAs are dividing or 2 DNAs produced. Listen very carefully. See, the replication process takes place in a particular site or particular area. So this particular site is called origin of replication. The place where the replication process is started, that place or that site is called origin of replication. So in prokaryotic organism, only one origin of replication is only there, but in eukaryotic organism, several origin of replication is there. Okay, so listen very carefully. The place or the site where the replication process takes place, that site is called origin of replication. In prokaryotic organism, only one origin of replication, but in eukaryotic organism, many origin of replications are there. Okay, then this origin of this replication process is started from a small opening or from a small hole. That small opening is called replication fork. The small opening is called replication fork. So from this replication fork only the replication, the 2 DNAs are started to, the daughter DNAs are started to form. Understand? So from this area only the DNA, double stranded DNA is now unbinding. Here one enzyme is playing a very important role. Name of the enzyme is called DNA helicase. So more amount of DNA helicase is present in this region. So this DNA helicase only unbinding or separating this double stranded DNA. Hope you understood that. Next point about this DNA is, see, here 2 strands are newly produced here. Okay, during the replication process, 2 strands are newly produced. One strand is called leading strand. That means this strand is called leading strand, and the second strand is called lagging strand. So the newly formed strand, one strand is called leading strand and the second strand is called lagging strand. This strand is called lagging strand. Here, in this strand, the replication process is continuously takes place. So, in one new strand, the replication process is continuously takes place. So, that strand is called leading strand. In one strand, the replication process is discontinuous. That means some gap is present in between that strand. So, this strand is called lagging strand. So the fragments present or the pieces present. So listen very carefully. See here. See, this is one fragment. This is one fragment. One fragment. So it is not. It is what in discontinuous condition. Okay. So these fragments are called Okazaki fragments. So the fragment strands present in a lagging strand is called Okazaki fragments. Listen a few. Then these Okazaki fragments are connected by a enzyme called DNA ligase. DNA ligase. Listen very carefully. So there are two strands are newly formed. In one strand, the replication process is continuously takes place. That strand is called leading strand. And in one strand, the replication process is discontinuous. That means some gap is present. So this strand is called lagging strand. And the fragments present in this lagging strand is called Okazaki fragment, and these fragments are finally joined by DNA ligase enzyme. Hope you understood this point. Then the next point, see, when these two strands are moving away in different direction, okay, when these two strands are moving in different direction, the nucleotides present in the newly synthesized strands is pairing with the template strand. Template strand means this strand. Okay. So the nucleotides present in this template strand and the nucleotides present in the newly synthesized strands both are pairing or both are connected. Okay, both are connected. And this functions was performed by a enzyme called DNA polymerase. This function was performed by DNA polymerase enzyme. So, with the help of the DNA polymerase enzyme, the nucleotides present in the template strand and the nucleotides present in the newly synthesized strands both are joined or connected. Understand a few? Then, this DNA polymerase enzyme adding the nucleotides from the 5 to 3 direction. From the this is 5 and this is 3 end. Okay, so from 5-3 direction only this DNA polymerase enzyme adding the nucleotides one by one. Hope you understood. Then next point. For the production of this new strand, one primer is very important. One primer is very important. Maximum a piece of RNA is used as a primer. A piece of RNA molecule is used as a primer. Understand? So primer is added in this new strand, newly synthesized strand. After the replication process is over, this RNA or the primer is removed. RNA or the primer is removed from the 5 end. Then a small gap is there. That gap is filled with DNA ligase enzyme. The gap was filled with DNA ligase enzyme. So listen very carefully. Last point. So for the replication process to produce two strands, two DNA molecules, a primer is needed. Maximum a small piece of the RNA is used as a primer. Then after the replication process is over, the RNA piece or the primer is removed from the DNA. Okay. Now a small gap is there. That gap is connected or pasted with the DNA ligase enzyme. Understand a few? And this RNA is or the primer is removed from the 5 end. Understand a few? Then the last part. See, already I told you this region is called replication fork. Here high amount of DNA helicase enzyme is there. One more enzyme is also present there called topoisomerase. So topoisomerase and DNA helicase, both enzymes are highly available in this region. So these two enzymes only pulling these strands in opposite direction. Pulling these two DNA molecules in opposite direction. Understand a few? So it gives a Y-shaped structure. Understand a few? Understand? So this is the mechanism of replication, one of the very important 5-mark question. Okay, and some 1-mark questions also there. This order of replication fork, then Okazaki fragment. Okazaki fragments is very important. 2-mark question, small 2-mark question. Okay, the fragments present in this lagging strand is called Okazaki fragments. And 1-mark question also there. Okazaki fragments are connected by dash enzyme. Which enzyme? Okay, DNA ligase. Then here replication, origin of replication is 2 mark question. Okay, the site or the place where the replication process is starting or started is called origin of replication. Okay, then replication 4, meaning the replication process takes place from a small opening. So this opening is called replication 4. Understand, my dear students? So today we have completed one important 5 mark question, DNA replication. DNA replication. And the first I said 3 types of replication process: conservative, dispersive and semi-conservative. These are 2 mark question. Okay, 2 mark question. So study thoroughly. In the last class also many students sent the answer to me. I really appreciate you. Today also study these questions. It's very important, 5 mark question. So study well and send the answer to me through WhatsApp. Okay, I will thank you. We'll meet in the next class.